What good is a queenless beehive? Got one right there. Yeah, I had two nucs that had new queens in them. Apparently, bees didn't like them or something. I'm not sure. But the queens were dead, so I put them together. And now I got a nuke. I got a double nuke. It's a queenless beehive. I'm thinking what I should do is either put a queen in it, which I could because I got other nucs. I could add them just for that hive there. That might be the thing to do. Put another deep on it and do it. But there's not much in this thing. Not much stores, that is. No brood. Well, there's a little bit of brood, but not much. That's left over from a frame I put in some time ago. Well, actually, it was one of the nucs, I guess. Had a little bit of brood left, but nothing was happening. So they were kind of acting like they might have a emergency cell there, a supersedure cell, but I'm not sure. So I decided to just leave it. So I'm gonna leave it and see what they do. In the meantime, if I want to improve the quality of some of my nucs, I may pull a few frames out of there, and put them in the nucs. In fact, I might do that with a whole bunch of them. But in the meantime, they're just sitting there bringing in pollen. So it's not a big critical thing because I do have several nucs that I want to make into single deeps before long. And so I may take these out a couple of frames at a time, make sure there's no queen, because there's possible there's a queen in there. Doesn't look like it, but I'll probably dump them each frame in a pan of a little plastic basket and see if I can find a queen in it. The foragers, they'll just fly away. If there's anything new, they'll stay in the bucket and I can just dump them in one another nucs. Well, that's the plan anyway. Right now, I've got 5, 6 beehives with queens in them that I know, and about 4 or 5 nucs. Yeah, I think that's what I've got right now, 5 nucs left, plus this double nuke here that is queenless. So, yeah, I'm thinking, what should I do? One of the things I got to do is pull these weeds around here one day, but right now I'm going to refill all these jars with syrup, these smaller hives, and at some point this week I'll decide whether any of them are ready for a honey nuke, a honey super, and at that point I'll stop feeding. But anyway, I thought, you know what? That one hive, what should I do with it? Should I get a queen? Should I just dump another nuke into it? That could be a possible way, but I don't know. I'm a little concerned that there might be a queen in there that I'm missing, and if that's the case, if I put a nuke in it with a queen, another queen, that could cause a problem. So I decided to just let it go for now, and whenever I'm trying to expand these nucs, I can just pull a couple frames and put them in it after checking to make sure, absolutely sure, there's not a queen on either one. And that way that'll help support the other hives with the honey that these may have brought in the meantime while they're queenless. So there's lots of options when your supers or when your hives go queenless. Get a queen, or just let them bring them some honey and then put the frames in some other hive that needs a little help. Or, I don't know, just get a frame of brood from another strong hive and put in. Try one more for them to build a queen. That could be something I'll do yet. I haven't decided. I'm still thinking. So for the meantime, I'll put some sugar water in it, 1-to-1 sugar water in it. I've got an inner frame feeder in there. I'll refill that today and see if that doesn't work. At least I'll be building something to use for resources, either in this hive or in other hives. Just not sure. I have really kind of just started up this year again. I had 2 hives to start. I think it was 2. No, I had 3. I made some splits. No, I had 2. I made splits and got more. And then I bought 11 queens. Well, that was part of being a beehaver. If you have a beehaver, you buy queens. Because, okay, well, I bought 11 queens. I think there's 7 of them left. Maybe 8. Yeah, 8. Yeah, I guess there's even 9. But still, you know what? That's the issue. If you have queens and they die that you paid $40 a piece for, well, that's an issue. At the same time, I'm hoping at least to have maybe 10 hives by sourwood time that are single deeps. And I can put in those single deeps, I can put on top of the single deeps, I can put honey super and get some sourwood. That could add up to a couple 100 pounds of sourwood. And then if I need to reduce my colonies, I can sell them maybe. Or I can try overwintering. The thing is, I don't want to be too big on too many bees to take care of. And that's what happened in the past couple of years ago when I lost 40 hives. And I don't want that to happen again. It's just a heartbreaker. In fact, that's why my channel really kind of dropped off. I had a lot more attention to my channel a year ago than I do now. And so I got discouraged. When my bees died, I got discouraged. I also got older. So lifting a 80-pound brood chamber with a bunch of bees in it, like this one right here that had lots of bees, and they got 2 brood chambers and 2 honey supers. Yeah, that's a pretty big one to inspect. And this particular hive, they don't like me as well. So one of the things that might be an improvement is getting one of these nucs and requeening it. But I might not do that till spring. I'm not sure. I may do it in the fall. Depends how I feel. What day, how I feel what day. Well, that's a story from the stump garden in the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina. And there you are. There's my beehives, the extent of all I've got right now. Let's walk over here. Now, keep in mind that these right here are empty, and those are there are empty. And I thought these nucs were empty, but there's been a lot of activity. I thought I emptied that one out, but there's been a lot of activity in it. So maybe I got a swarm in there, I don't know. The little one on the bottom. And maybe they're just cleaning out what's left. I think I may have left a frame in there. I'm not sure, but they're going in and out of it quite a lot. Once it warms up today, there'll be a lot of bees going in and out of there. And they're not robbing it, because if they were robbing it, well, we'd have a whole different situation here. So I thought I'd come out here and give you an update what's going on in the bee yard. And by the way, up here on the other side of my house, there's a little sourwood plant that's putting on some buds. So get ready. Sourwood comes around July 1st.